but that just wasn't a smart move. I think I felt like that was a game of playing with his food, and Bo Nix looked terrible. But I'm expecting a bounce back game from them. You'll see that from my picks. But I went 1-2. The Niners covered, but the Broncos missed it by the point and by half a point. So a point, and then the Steelers missed it by 2 points. One more point would have been a push.
Yeah, I just had a Vegas feeling that this game was going to be on bullshit, and this game particularly, I was like, man, I'm not even going to deal with that. But let me see what I had here. Mine was pretty simple. I said I wasn't going to rap too much. I was going to stick to the script. I had Tampa pulling it out. They were able to get that cover for me. A game they actually probably shouldn't even have won.
Yeah, you got lucky there, man.
Hey, I'll take bro. Luck is part of this on both sides. I'm never going to say that this is a game of skill on my end. That's why all my stuff is about analysis and just trying to get to what I think might.
So, what do you think about the term sharps and squares and all that? What do you think about people
I think that
naming themselves sharps? Do you think
you
need the track record to call yourself a sharp?
I don't call myself no damn
sharp. I'm not saying you call yourself a sharp. I'm just talking about the betting community.
Oh, hey, if you're sharp, you sharp, and you have a bankroll that can show that you're sharp. I feel like that's what you are. Like, it's going to show in your bankroll. What I do is I like to stay away from like public sides a lot of the times, which is why, again, even with our source, I was like, hey, that's a big public bet. At the time, it was like 80 or whatever. But so I got the Champo jump, which is cool. This one, bro, we should have won. We should have been an outright winner right here. This should have been an outright winner.
You got it though. You took the Browns to cover. You were comfy all game.
I got it at +5.5. It got it +4.5. I want to say at one point, yeah, all the way down to -4. So it's like we got on that one. We got an early little. We bought on that one. If you did on Wednesday, this one, Carolina, man, can't lie, they disappointed me. I watched this game. I was just like, damn, don't look good. I thought they would be able to capitalize on how they ended the year, be able to come through and try to stack on what they were doing last year, what they were building last year. Number one wide receiver. I mean, he kind of good, missed a few throws. I think his O-line's a little bit banged up, but still, it's not really an excuse. Like, I really thought he and his head coach, who's the offensive coordinator, would be gelling at this point. But, Jacksonville was able to pull it off. Again, another rain delay situation. So, I mean, I definitely think unfortunate for the players, but that's just, I mean, it's a name of the game. So, Jacksonville kind of pulls away, and that's that. But, yeah, 2-1, I'll take it. I prefer 3-0. But to start out the first week of the NFL, especially with all the wild stuff going on, you know what I mean? At least week 1 looked like preseason 4 game. Like, it's a whole bunch of craziness going on. So,
a lot of craziness.
Yeah, like, obviously, like, the offenses right now, you can see that with all the unders hitting. You can see that with all the lack of yards by quarterbacks, lack of running games. So, you
even saw on your fantasy team, I mean, like, shit, Brian Thomas, Jamar Chase. Like,
I mean, I had a PPR league, and I ended up winning because the dude had 83. Like, that's the kind of week it was. Like,
hey, I'm a Dalton here. He lost to T-Boz, but look at his team and tell me they're supposed to be putting up 50 points with this team. If you were to, and honestly, had this stack, I mean, I don't see one. He had the Burrow Chase stack with A.J. Brown. He had Kenneth Walker. He had Kyron Williams. He had Mark Andrews, Tyrone Tracy. He had some on the bench. Keon Coleman and Javonte Williams, I mean, moves, he might have edged this one out.
I definitely would have went one of them just based off the strength that their offense is better than the Giants' offense. But it's all. We're watching football, right?
Yo, why you doing like that? Nah, it's his. This is like his second fantasy season, but
yeah. So he don't like Giants' offense, not like that.
He's a lot of off the projections too. That's the problem. Don't be projection hunting. Don't do that. Care, like, I know it's nice. Oh, if I put him in, then I'm winning by this amount of points. If I just put him in, I'm projected to do that. The projections don't matter. you got fundamentals. Play the matchup game unless it's your first couple, or maybe you got a steal in the 6th round and he's just a heavy hitter for you. You know what I mean? Don't listen to projections. But yeah, we could get into our picks for the week. Should I kick off? I mean, you just in that order.
Yeah, that's cool. You want to put you want back up?
Yeah, go ahead. We have, where is it?
See what you got.
All right, so this is right here. Actually, I'll just put this up real quick. Switch the screen. Share this joint. All right. I'm taking the Jets to cover this one away. This is my reason for I think this is why I'm kind of out game and the Panthers to cover that 6.5, but the Panthers got to show me now. I think a lot of that has to do with the Jags might be competent this year. And I just don't like Cincy early in the season covering this with the hook. I think the Jags could easily win this game. And if the Bengals win by 3, you cover. That's what we care about. I also like the over in this game just due to the combination of, look, Jamar Chase, Brian Thomas, they're not going to continuously have those weak games. I think they both get loose in this game, and it's going to be a high-scoring game. But I think either the Jags could either pull this one out. There could be a backdoor cover. But, yeah, I mean, that Bengals O-line a lot. But I don't know. The Jags have a better defense as well. I just like I'm just kind of hunting that hook. And also, if Brian Thomas is able to get active early, I like the way they were using Travis Hunter. Now, they did come out and say they're going to use him more on defense. So I'm curious to see how they do with that. Obviously, you have T. Higgins and Jamar Chase there. Good luck. You know what I mean? This ain't not college.
It's a like for them. Like, it's a good thing to say. It's like I'm gonna always say, yeah, he's on offense. So you know what I'm saying? So like, has to prepare for that shit. But like, bro, that motherfucker's playing offense.
He's obviously offense, but just didn't pay crazy amount of defensive snaps, and they're probably going to need it because secondary isn't really like that. I mean, besides Tyson Campbell, who really faring in the secondary, they do have a pretty good.
Not even.
Jordan Lewis.
Yeah.
Jordan Lewis.
Yeah, he made a best play last game, like a sick ass play off a pick.
Yeah, you have him out but they might need that extra help with this high powered offense. Bryce Young, like when it comes to it makes sense. Like, who you really?
I mean, the thing is like match up well those guys. So it's like Travis Hunter is like Jamar. He's not fucking with Jamar. Jamar Chase is 220 pounds. Like, if he catches it off a dig, it's curtains for him. Higgins is the same thing. Like, he's a 6'4" big body wide receiver. So I mean, again, they saving him, but I just think it's cap. Like,
so you think, all right, if you were running the Jags, you would be like, bro, stop with this, stop fucking. You're on offense.
I would be doing what they're doing. I'm like, yeah, he fits but in reality, every game, the snap count going to show what it is. Like, after every game, just go look at the snap share.
Yeah, but what do you?
They'll be moving just like how they're moving, but I know that, like, yeah, it's cat, like, them offense. He need to put points on the board.
Yeah, I mean, so how do you should use him, like, when he is on defense?
I don't know.
That's why I'm really curious. Like, what do you like?
I don't know. In my eyes, he's a wide receiver. Like, in my eyes, he's a wide. Drafted him in my big money league because he's a wide receiver to me, and I knew people weren't going to
that's a little bit biased. You just don't want him on defense for your big money league. Like, let's get some real.
Like, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. I swear to God, I have bias in this shit, bro. Like, I have no bias in this shit, bro. Like, I swear to God, I'll do shit straight up. Like, if the Cowboys are going to lose, I will say, yeah, they're going to lose. I don't ever try to my team.
Side note,
my team, it's me. Like, I look at players, all line play. I'm like, oh, it's good. So I'm never be biased. There's enough players football team that if he doesn't ball and I miss out on the part, I got to Mecca Ibuka. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I do everything the same way.
Subtle flex. All the Ibuka owners, if you don't have Ibuka, I feel bad for you, to be honest. Like, I honestly wish I got him more leagues. But, yeah, anyway, +3.5, Jags, Cincy. in the season. If this was like mid-season, I'd probably stay away from that one. But the Jags are in a prime position to try to take hold of this division because this division's it's not looking like a steamroll for the Texans once for the first time. And now the Texans are 0-1, Colts Jags 1-0. Keep that pressure on them. Try to, you know what I mean? Try to Jags 3.5. We're going to double dip back into this bag, man. We're going to double dip back into this. Okay, it went up a little bit. It went up 1.5. I liked it more at 1.5, but I'll take it at 2.5 too. Now, if it was 3, I'm probably going to put this in here soon. It opened at 2.5 and went down to 1. So the thing with week 1,
it opened at plus.
What do you mean?
It opened at
right here. It opened at 2.
Made available for this market. So whatever. 3.5.
Yeah. Well, then again, they're going by their ESPN sports book. So you also.
You got the screen up. I thought you. Okay, you got the screen up. All right.
Yeah. We can put your joint up. What's it talking about?
See right here.
Okay, 3.5.
And this has. That's why I do this because it has all the books numbers.
1.5, 1.5. Okay. I wouldn't like it to be honest. So I'm glad a lot of money's coming in on the Colts. So going to be a lot of overreaction, right? The Colts look like world beaters right now, but I was always fading the Dolphins. I'm fading the Dolphins as long as Mike McDaniels is there. They look like the team in football. And I think the Colts benefited heavily from being in that situation. Kind of that is Cam Ward playing. I mean, is there a harder game for a rookie quarterback than Mile High, that Broncos defense?
But it sounds like if his wide receivers kind of were better, they could have won. I mean, Bo Nix was trying to give this game to Tennessee like entire game. You know what I mean? I think that Cam Ward, some of the games, it's a bad football team. Now you're and Denver just pulled that win out. But they both sharp that day. I feel
like you said, preseason game 4.
Yeah.
I said though, and I honestly like how that board and the Titans, and this is why I'm just going to throw another because the waivers are over, right? But some guys probably laying around in waivers for you. Alec Iomanor, Chinkaquanko, they both played such a big snap share, over 80% of the snaps. I think Iomanor could really emerge in this offense. I think, they're going to have some good matchups where I think some of these could be either a streaming tight end in terms of a flex play in terms of Iomanor, assuming they continue to get that connection going. But either way, I like the Broncos here. Just their defense, we're still balling out on the Titans. It's really Bo Nix that kept that game close. And I think the Dolphins are the worst team in football. And we'll definitely get to that. But yeah, just give me the Broncos here, man. Give me the Broncos here, because here's the thing with Daniel Jones. And let me show in our league. Look, man, I made the sharp decision. I said, look, this is – oh, shit, hold on. Keep doing your thing. This Dolphins team is ass. I like Daniel Jones odds. I got Jonathan Taylor. Any dump-offs? Okay, boom, boom. Got Daniel Jones. I just dropped him because he has the Broncos. I have J.J. McCarthy now. You know what I mean? You got to buy into a team and you know when to get out.
What you say was ass? The way
he made me eat my words. You didn't know if he was ass or not. You were just hopeful.
You're right. But I said what they're asking him to do is what he's done his entire life. He did at Michigan.
If I called you on the phone right after that pick 6, what would you have been saying?
I would have been, I'm not going to say nothing on him because his running game sucks. We can go back, and even if you watch that, he became a serviceable quarterback is immediately right when Jordan Mason started toting that motherfucking rock.
So can you say the running game really sucks then?
No, I'm saying that Aaron Jones wasn't doing well. They started feeding Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason's ripping off 3, 4.
Jordan was getting the ball pretty much from the jump. Like, to be
All right.
honest.
Well, once the running game, all day is when I was reviewing the film and while I'm watching is the running game was trash. He was ass. When the running game's popping off, he got comfortable. He was in a rhythm, and he started playing football.
I think that's more praise to give Kevin O'Connell for,
Absolutely.
not getting conservative. JJ McCarthy, that shit bother him. This is pretty much his anyway, and he's only 22. So yeah, I mean, look,
Honestly, I think that pick 6 was like the best thing that happened for him. Like in that, like at shit, it can't get worse than that. Already just like they just house me. Fuck it, let's go ahead and get this back.
It was definitely that was you cast. If you're a Vikings fan, you're cloud 9 right now. You can't ask for a better just game. Get that shit out the way. See his mental toughness, and that from KOC got Sam Darnold some money. So I mean, but either way though, I think the Dolphins are trash. And I think they're clearly good against them. I think the money that's coming is how good the Colts may be. That Denver defense still balled against the Titans. They're going to ball again. And I expect Bo Nix to bounce back in this game and give me the Broncos to cover here. I'm not even really sweating it. I think, you know what I mean? If you get some pressure on Daniel Jones, you're going to see some vintage Daniel Jones that has some team hopping. That's my love. And then my lock of the week, it was going to it, man. I've been feeding it to you. If you couldn't guess, give me here, man. Give me the Patriots in Miami. It's down a little bit. My lock. Give me the Patriots plus 2.5, man. I don't care if the Dolphins are home.
I don't know if it's that anymore. Is it still that? We getting some plus ones, plus 1.5, plus 1.5.
So it's at plus 1.5. Yeah. The last time I saw was plus 1.5. So give me Patriots. Their O-line is missing right now. I think I'll make this game. Storm Duck is fighting an injury. The swash. I mean, Minka Fitzpatrick. I mean, he's a body out there. And I mean, he does play safety. And I just think that the should have got more love. So here's the thing. Raiders parlay a 6th leg, the only leg that didn't hit my Giants. So I always say, bro, stop. I never bet on my. It's week 1. I'm excited. I'm feeling real good. And honestly, this is why
emotions can't
this is why I'm rocking the Ice Spice shirt right now. A lot of ass, like my team right now. It's a whole lot of ass right now. Giants, Ice Spice, New York. She from the Bronx, ain't she? So yeah. Anyway, the Patriots. I think Vince has been getting overrated a little bit, but I think they're going to wreak some havoc on this Dolphins team. I mean, we're already hearing trade rumors with Tyreek Hill. Right after the game, his estranged wife tried to push some domestic violence shit out there, and I was like, damn, that's nasty work. Nigga just took an L. He going viral for damn near crying on the sidelines, and now you want to come with these allegations. I don't think these players respect Mike McDaniel, and I think this is one of them situations where when it rains, it pours. And I don't think it's going to get any better for him. I think the people, and I've seen a decent amount of people bet Miami, and it's all based on trends. And I'm not a big trend better. It's off the fact that Miami tends to beat Patriots in these recent years. I think this is a bounce back spot for the Patriots.
Beating their ass. He's beating
But you know who was beating somebody's ass? The Lions were always beating the Packers' ass. If you want to look that up, and what did the Packers?
They lost. They lost. No, the Packers beat the Lions Thanksgiving 2 years.
All right, but look into it. Look into it, because the Lions, since Dan Campbell's been there, has been owning the Packers. Right. I stayed away from that game, but I'm in like a little pick'em joint and the Packers to win. If I had to bet it, I'm betting the Packers because I think they are going to win that division in the first place. Yeah, either way, bro, give me the Patriots here. The Dolphins, I think, is like I don't think the week 1 was a fluke. And that's why my last 2 picks, my love and my lock, are intertwined in a way. Because I think the Colts are being overrated for what they did to the Dolphins. And I think the Patriots ran into a pretty good Raiders team. I think they're pretty decent. I got outcoached by Pete Carroll, and this is a situation where Mike McDaniels, he's going to get outcoached by Mike Vrabel here.
I mean, they did put up a lot of yards though. Who? So if they can work on it, they can figure out how to get this guy. Like when I saw the game, I saw that Oakland was doing their offense, but I mean, New England was kind of moving that ball. They was moving the ball down the field, up and down the field, and execute.
They need to give Travion Henderson the ball some more too. There's that, and then one of my pickups this week was Butte, like you said, former LSU receiver. Before the draft, he got hurt, but I mean, he was highly touted. He's an LSU receiver that before all of that wasn't
why he dropped.
Oh, okay. Give us the lore.
Yeah,
Injuries were a part of it. Going down to what? He got drafted in like the 6th?
Dog, yeah, he had like a bowl.
Wasn't he betting?
Nah, he was a shorty. He was a shorty that worked for LSU, allegedly, and there was a bunch of people in there, and they was allegedly having their own little freak off, and yeah.
A Louisiana freak off?
Yeah.
What I mean, was it
consensual? Like before it was a consensual, but it was like with employees. It was an employee of like the athletic staff and shit like that. Some crazy.
Bill Belichick have his fucking age girl opening doors and making personnel decisions and whatnot.
Well, hey, that's on Billy.
Wait, so are you telling me Butte probably fucked some important person from LSU's like girl?
Nah, I think it was just him and like other people from the it was just having a little freak off.
And you think that's why he fell a couple rounds?
I mean that it was like during when it was to be suspended, like he had to be suspended. He couldn't play in the bowl game. Like that's character issues. Like you not be fucking this is a trip, my guy. Like this not what we you sloppy getting caught and shit. Like there's just so much where it's like yeah, bro, I can't draft you if this is how you moving. Like I don't like your character. Like you do it, you can do it, bro. But you got it. Like Johnny Manziel was a frat star, but like at the same like he was still he was doing it. There's a certain way to do that shit, and yeah, he doing it in a wild ass way.
All right, so that injuries, if he's sort of like a wide receiver one, got plenty of targets. So if he's chilling on your waiver wire and you need a wide receiver flyer, I'd recommend Butte. I just mentioned Alec Iomanor, like him too. Those are little pickups that you could stash on your bench to see if they continue to produce the way they've been producing. But like I said, Mike Vrabel here, give me Drake May in the bounce back spot. And the Patriots are 0-1 in a division where it's like we just saw what the Bills did with the Ravens, right? If you're going to make the playoffs in that division, it's probably going to have to be wild card, and you got to start beating some teams in your division. You got to beat the Dolphins here. You can't go 0-2 because you lost to this Dolphin team. I mean, Mike McDaniels had the best odds as the first coach to be fired this year. And like I said, I think when it rains, it pours. Shit, even if the Dolphins win and they win by, you get the bet in right now, Patriots with +1.5, you still win that joint. But I got the Patriots winning out. That's my lock. I believe in you, Drake May. Give Travion Henderson the ball some more, and we looking good. And also, like I said, that Dolphins O-line is beat up. The secondary's trash. It's a little beat up as well. And yeah, those are my 3 picks. So I had the Jaguars +3.5 on the road. Cincy, Broncos -1.5 on the road to Indianapolis. And then I got the Patriots -1.5 in Miami. Another thing is that usually a pretty good home field advantage for them. But I don't think these players are playing for this guy. I don't think they respect this coach. And I think he's better suited as an offensive coordinator. I'm sure once he gets fired, he'll get some offensive coordinator jobs.
Yeah, probably go back to San Francisco. But all right.
Oh, that'd be nice. Robert Saleh and Mike McDaniels. It's like, hey, get back, man. Y'all weren't ready.
Let's take it from the top. All right, guys. 3-0. This one, I got the line at 12, but it keeps on dropping between 11.5 and 11.5. It did fall all the way
taking a stab at this one.
It's not a stab. It's not really a stab. But yeah, so basically, with the situation here is Ravens play close games when they play teams in the division, when they play kind of supposed to sleep on this week 2 game last year, Raiders. They played the Raiders and they outright to the Raiders, and it was a similar.
That was last year.
Yeah,
I thought that was 2 years ago.
No, that was last year.
Himself after that.
I mean, I guess you're allowed to, but what I'm doing is one, kind of, they definitely are off an emotional loss, but I just think that this is going to be one of those games where they play, fairly tough. And Ravens are where Baltimore is at. See this being one of those letdowns. That's all it is. It's the same reason why I bet the Browns last week with Cleveland. I mean, in Cincy, is because it was like at the beginning of the year, Cincinnati is a sloppy ass football team. Like Joe Burrow, I know y'all want to win MVP, and he might even get it. But at the beginning of the year, his ass is Taylor, and the lack of preparation for football team.
I thought you bought back into Zach Taylor. I thought that was your man's now.
I don't think I ever bought into him, but I can give credit for Joe and Jamar and T for saving his job over the past half decade. So yeah, that's where I'm going there. Again, this is a tricky bet though, because obviously the Ravens they're supposed to smash this team out. They're, like, in theory, I guess, but I mean Cleveland's defense is no joke. Flacco's going to keep this thing humming.
I like what I saw from that defense, man.
So I'm not saying that Cleveland's going to win this game or anything, but it's 12 points. And again, if the game gets to 10.5, it immediately shoots back up to 11.5. And that should tell you something. That should tell you where the line is. I'm not about this, like the winning and the losing aspect of this stuff. When I'm giving you the bet, I'm betting the number. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about the team won, but no. I'm trying to get us the best number. That's why we're doing it on Wednesday. So it's like if you can get it at 12, even if it gets back up to 12.5, hit it. Like, don't hit it if it's at 10.5 though. It's at that point it shifts to a Baltimore bet. And that's one way that I'll explain it to you. Like sometimes, okay, I'll do Dallas for example. Dallas starting out, this number started out at like 3.5 for real. I guess it reopened at 4.5, but it got shot all the way up 6. Now I think Dallas is going to win the game, but I got to be mindful of the fact that mine at 4 or was at 3.5, and this all the way up 6. So now you're saying that we can beat motherfuckers by more than a touchdown, basically by a touchdown. I don't know. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things where, look at this, 81% of the bet. Nah, this is what I call it. This is a trap. This is a trap spot. 81%. I mean, we might still be able to smash them out because it's like New York offensive line. At the same time, you got to really, really analyze teams that are like that matchup. And you got to take this into account. Like, why is this getting smacked all the way up to 6? I don't know. So, but yeah. So my first jump that I like, we're going with Cleveland plus 12. I know it sounds crazy, but just trust me.
Wait. So you got Cleveland plus 12. I was on your pick because I thought you were going to take, but I mean, that's cool. So that probably would have been one of my Baltimore, but an angry Baltimore be blowing people out.
I don't think they're angry.
Why not?
Think they're angry. Hey, Mom, I'm gonna call you back in like 30 minutes. All right, but yeah.
Why not?
But yeah, I don't think they're like, bro. All right, game, like we're still Baltimore. We focused on what we gotta do, and we gotta execute. We gotta win. Like I don't think they're thinking about smashing this team out. It's like, yo, we got a Cleveland. Myles Garrett is coming. We got to lock in. We got to get us a done. I mean, and it get a tough game. They could win. I'm not saying they're not going to win. I just don't think crazy smash spot.
Fair. So that's your like.
Yeah. So right there. And then the joint I love right here is I love Seattle. You got it. This right here is totally off of is totally off of 1, Pittsburgh, super popular team. 2, Aaron Rodgers, super popular football player, 3, they won an exciting football game. So when that happens, combined with the nobody watched Seattle football, you get you a nice little number. This started at 1.5, and I think that would have been if Seattle's going to win outright. But if you're telling me now I can get plus 3.5, that means that even if they win by a field goal, I still win my bet. I'm definitely taking this, and this one right here. is all this is the Joes right here. Remember you talking about sharp bettors and like pros versus Joes? This is 100% a Joe bet. And I could lose. Like the public wins a lot. The public times public be losing. And this is 100% a public bet right here. For it to get like this, I'm all the way in on Seattle's defense. They was flying around, linebackers going crazy. Even me and you agreed, and you even like Aaron Rodgers. You were like, yo, they should have lost that game if it wasn't for a fumble on the kickoff return. By the way, that player got cut. They cut his ass.
Aaron Glenn is running a tight ship over there. I fuck with it. That's what they need.
But when you're a losing culture like the Jets, that's how you got to do shit.
And you got to remember, a lot of people don't realize this. Aaron Glenn is a former Jet, which is why I feel like he's going to be the coach for at least the next decade.
But
so shout out to him.
Shout out to him for that. But that motherfucker was coaching. That's how he coming. Like he just like y'all been ass. Like y'all been ass. So if we not about to do this ass shit, that's why I respect what he was talking about. Aaron Rodgers, like, yo, gang, like, look, be here with me as the head because that all the foo shit you be on, that's not going on. We don't win enough for that. Stuff like that when you was in Green Bay, you started acting up when you came over here and realized that the substitute teacher don't run class more you do. You know what I'm saying? And that's the conversation because that was the that was had with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was like, all right, bet I'm going, and that was I think that was respectful. So yeah, I really right here. I think this is a sneaky underdog play, but for the number, I love Seattle coming in with that defense playing against Pittsburgh. Sam Darnold is going to be a little bit easier running the football. I mean, having his way, so probably going to have his way. And Charbonnet or Kenneth Walker probably going to have
JSN. JSN's going to have his way. You said Olave.
Oh yeah. JSN's going to have his way. You know what I mean? The Cooper Kupp thing. I'm gonna let the Cooper Kupp guys do the Cooper Kupp shit.
You didn't draft no Cooper Kupp?
Yeah, but once this football shit got an expiration date for me. And when your team really likes you a lot, like bro, they really
they were so they had his bags packed. They couldn't wait to get. I was like,
they couldn't get off the pack. They couldn't even get off the pack.
That's why I was like, people are drafting Cooper Kupp, and did y'all not see they were trying to get rid of him as soon as their season was over, like immediately, like especially. But honestly, bro, this is almost on my list of teams like Steelers. I think that Seattle O-line's Sam Darnold.
You were basically like you're like you have a public mindset. So a lot of people are thinking like
I have a Dom mindset. If the public happens to what that's what it is. I'm not looking at no publisher. I'm going based off.
I'm not saying I'm saying that that's what they're thinking. You're saying they're thinking. Like what were the three things I named about this team? Pittsburgh Steelers. One, very, very popular football team. One, superstar quarterback. Two,
that's not reasoning though. Reasoning though.
Okay.
My reasoning is I think the Seattle's roster is overrated. I think their defense is definitely properly rated. Shout out to Devon Withers.
So what would be overrated? Because all you need is Kenneth Walker to go off or
that offensive Sam Darnold with that.
If Sam Darnold can get the ball to JSN still going to find a way to. You have him.
I think the Steelers. Listen, I think the Steelers defense isn't just going to be having that showing. I think last game was an anomaly. You don't want to react to that and be like, I mean, that's a big part of your pick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Off the slot, they switch cheese. So that's what I'm saying. Like Garrett Wilson was balling. What did Garrett Wilson do? They work out the slot. You know what I mean? Like, so that's not going to stop being a problem for them. If it was Ramsey, which I think he could probably honestly, it's like, all right, I understand. With one thing I do know about, he ain't the reason that I'm picking this team. The reason I'm picking this team is because I know he can get, you know what I mean? And then it's like, when I see Bruce Hall balling, it's like, okay, I think Zach Charbonnet and or Kenneth do that with the running scheme that they have over there in Seattle. So it's like, that's my reason for them winning. Their quarterback just got to call the play that the offensive coordinator is giving to you. You know, and not have somebody fumble to somebody's ass. Like I think this is going to be an outright underdog winner. Like I got this being an outright underdog winner, and I like the fact that again, like I love when the public is majority on the other side of what I'm thinking because I'm like, all right, bet I see the angle here. So like for that one, I really was that. Yeah, that's my lock. Where we at? Yeah. Oh, we back up. My lock of the week, just because it's still young, I'm going to go here with Los Angeles. I don't like the way that Matthew Stafford played, but at the same time, Tennessee is such a bad team now. Like, we is good, and I think Calvin Ridley is going to have just one of those. Los Angeles gets up by 10 points, even if it is literally like 17-7. And I think that like that 7 points that 10 points is just too much to overcome for this Tennessee program right now. Like not even trying to catch.
Not to mention the Rams went up against the top 3 defense. I mean, that defense is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean they won. They did like they were about to lose and the ball got popped down and back fumbled. But like you know what I'm saying, they went against the defense. So the offense could showing. All I'm asking you to do is get to 17 points, and I don't this team getting to
something serious. Shout out to Jared Verse and shout out to Brandon Fisk and shout out always.
Yeah. But about that D-line, they are good. The only problem with them is they're light in the ass. But again, Tennessee it's not like they can exploit that. It's not like they got the offensive linemen to ball Los Angeles. And I think the second that, again, it's the same thing where if you can't run the football on me and I know you got to throw, it's ball game. And with Tennessee, I think they're going to quickly be in a game script where they're not able to run the football anymore. And they're going to be having to force the throw, and that's what's going to pin their ears back, rush Cam Ward. Even if Ward does something spectacular, gets the throw off, his wide receivers are probably going to fail him, and it's just going to be a little bit too much. So, yeah, I think this is going to be too high scoring of a football game, but I do have Los Angeles covering this one. And I would consider the under for this. Also, I already bet the under for what game? Oh, yeah, I already bet this under 42.5. I already smacked that shit.
42.5. Yeah. I don't want to touch that over under. I'm scarred at Steelers, Jets. Like the fundamentals tell you the under in that Colts Broncos, but it's just like in the early weeks, it's sometimes you just got to go with your gut.
Right. But I mean, some people that they got to go with their gut. But and another thing, like you said you're scarred because of the game, but it's like, bro, the irony in that was one of the literally the only game that hit the over. You know what I'm saying? All the other games hit the under. Cleveland and Cincinnati, high-powered offense hit the under. Freaking Jacksonville, you would think 2 horrible defenses that just got ran on all last year. They're literally defenses that don't hit the under. Like everybody else hit the under. So it's just one of the things where I think be a progression to the more overs this week. Again, like similar to what you said, Indianapolis, they're not that team that we saw. And what they're going to try to do, they're going to try to keep the clock running. They're going to be running the football. They're going to use Daniel Jones's legs. They're going to be using Jonathan Taylor, their best asset, and they're going to be potentially taking some shots to Michael Pittman. But newsflash, he has the best cornerback in the game guarding him, so I'm not going to be able to do that. You know what I mean? So it's like they're going to keep the clock going. Denver, their game script is going to be similar, especially if they are up. They could, once they get up, even just a touchdown, the way their team is built, that they can go ahead, and they're not really a high-powered offense like that to where it's just going to be like a long bomb out of nowhere for a touchdown. It's going to be a methodical drive, which is not going to be that many points scored, in my opinion. That's my analysis on it. You could see it another way. Those were just the numbers I crunched on that.
I feel that, but we have different philosophies.
Right.
I think I believe in the football gods. You know me, bro. I'm superstitious, man. I'm superstitious. So
which is funny to me because you are superstitious, but then you talk shit early. And some people like, I'm superstitious. My football team plays. I don't talk shit. I will not talk. We could be up 21 points. Bro, I've seen too much bullshit happen in my life to think that me being up 21 points means that the football game is won.
Well, that's why this shit is interesting. That's why I think we're a good pairing, because you would think you would be more conservative in fantasy football, not conservative on fantasy football. You're more boom or bust with fantasy.
What again? You trying to send me tweets about Christian McCaffrey? Bro, I told you he's injured. I'm like, bro, I got this. You saw what Christian said. He the only healthy motherfucker. He the healthiest motherfucker on the damn team.
Okay, but I also told you what Daniel Jones was going to do with those weapons in that.
No, but what I'm telling you is you're trying to tell me about player why because you got an alert that was wrong. And it's like, bro, I'm good over here, bro. I'm good. And I showed you I had Brian Robinson on the bench. It's like if I do stuff, I'm doing it with worst case scenario and like, okay, no, this is fantasy football.
All right, but don't act like that shit always works out for you because I remember we were high on Richardson. I'm like, bro, why are you drafting this?
It doesn't always work out. I'm saying I'm never even trying to hit 100%. Bro, I'm just trying to have a process. If it doesn't work, how do I adjust? That's what I'm saying about trying to be right or wrong. I just analyze, break down, and then I come to my conclusion. My conclusion can very well be just like I'm trying to go 3-0. Just like last week, I went 2-1. I can easily go 0-2, 0-3. Like,
all right, but you're using a McCaffrey example. Let's just see. If
no. You hit me with that. You texted my phone about him, and I'm like, bro, it's going to be straight. And he balled out. Like I'm not.
You said it's going to be straight because you have Brian Robinson on your bench.
No. I'm saying it's going to be straight because I think he's going to play, and if he doesn't, he played well. Would you agree?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm proud of that. Like, not even I'm proud of that pick, but it's like, yeah, like I knew if he's on he going to eat. If he's not on the field, damn, I'm going to have to deal with it. Literally no cap. And I told you, I had 88 points, bro. And I won because the other dude had. But the reason I essentially won was because Christian, like, think about it. If 88 points, Christian McCaffrey had damn near 35% of my points.
How'd Jalen Waddle do?
Jalen Waddle, he had 7. He had 7, but I mean, he got hurt. But he's on my bench.
Oh, I'm saying, but you probably drafted him in the 5th?
No, he fell. He fell. Actually, in that league, I don't even have him. But in the league that I got him, yeah, he fell. So I got him in like the 7th for the 8th. Because you got to when the Bukas again, bro. My whole thing is when other people zig, I got to zag. So when the Abukas get pushed up, what does that do? It makes players get pushed. By the end of this whole thing, bro, I was good with taking DK Metcalf. Like, bro, this dude keeps on fire. If y'all don't DK Metcalf, I'll take him. Like, it's
DK didn't fall in any of my drafts. He didn't fall in the draft that we're both in. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So yeah, I mean, into your picks, I do like that Browns pick. Don't like the Steelers, Seahawks one.
Seahawks, and then is these boys that went out right? Where they at? Los Angeles.
Number is funny. I want to see where that number lands at before I bet it because I like the red at the same time. That's a game overthink, and I think the Rams.
I mean, really, it's like the number doesn't matter. Like, because it's over. You know what I'm saying? Once it gets over, you have to score more than a field goal. You know what I mean? Like once it gets past 3.5,
there still be some bizarre scores. So every little number matters. You know what I mean? Just in case, could get kind of washy.
Right, but again, as I said, this is one of scenarios where got Tennessee able to even score enough points a game. I don't think it's going to be a crazy blowout. I just think that once to 17 points or even 20 points, too much for them to overcome.
Now this under I way more than that. I think that game could get like kind of messy out of nowhere. Another thing about these overs, and like you said, there might be some regression because there's so many unders in week 1. This kickoff rule favors the over because teams getting better field position. We might get some more kick return touchdowns in general. That's a free 7 there. So
right, and they'll but you got to remember, the Vegas will adjust. They will adjust. So that kickoff rule, because there was someone was saying when he does his research now, he always does his research from 2015 to now. He does.